care about. Where does Trump go? Migrant crime, carjackings, the really lurid, awful stuff that is a crazy, crazy visual. Don't take the bait, because most Americans are more worried about how are we going to address mental health issues, the visible homelessness that we see on streets, and how do we deal with mental health and other issues that drive the sort of random incidents that scare all of us. That's what you should be talking about. That's where you should be focused. Don't take the bait in talking about migrant crime or carjackings or the things that actually don't matter to that many Americans.
The Democrats are completely out of touch with the public and what we want. This is why their approval rating is so low. It's a lot to unpack. But before we do, please hit the subscribe button. It will help me out a lot. Thank you very much.
Nobody likes interventions, but sometimes they're necessary. Democrats just staged one in Tampon's backyard. Before the party started, the DNC accused Tampon of stealing Pocahontas's property.
Her name is Lindy Somick, who is from the Saginaw Ojibwe Nation, and she's going to deliver our land acknowledgement today. Lindy.
Bonjour, Lindy Somick, Nindiginicaz, Amik Dodam, Saginaw Chippewa Dojaba, Anishinaabe Kwe and Dow. Let's talk about the land for a second. The DNC acknowledges and honors the Dakota Oyate, the Dakota people, who are the original stewards of the lands and waters of Minneapolis.
They said the land is stolen, but aren't giving it back. After the land apology, it was a lecture on love.
Love is often seen as a feeling or an idea, but love is action. When neighbors are oppressed, silenced, or hurt, we must act in love. Being a neighbor both breaks my heart and keeps it beating.
She is the epitome of a bleeding heart liberal. I guarantee you that she sits out in front of every courthouse trying to stop ICE deportations and detainments and in every humanly possible protest.
Democrats love everybody except Republicans, Christians, and cops. Other than that, though, it is Love Island. But the love didn't last long. DNC Chair Ken Martin ditched the hugs and reached for the knife.
I'm sick and tired of this Democratic Party bringing a pencil to a knife fight.
We cannot be the only party that plays by the rules anymore. We've got to stand up and fight. We're not going to have a hand tied behind our back anymore. Let's grow a damn spine and get into this fight, Democrats.
The message is spreading. Listen to this guy running for Senate at the Bernie rally.
We don't back down. We don't back down. We don't back down. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high. We take them to the mud and choke them out.
He must mean a mostly peaceful choke. Back at the convention, Tampon was the headliner.
The privilege of my lifetime was stand beside someone we know was the most qualified and would have been a fantastic president in a President Harris. And look, we wouldn't wake up every day to a bunch of on TV and a bunch of nonsense, not a man-child crying about whatever's wrong with him. May his fat ankles find something today. Petty as
Then Timmy got triggered by the red hats again.
Think of how easy it would be to be a damn Republican. Oh, what should I wear today? This stupid freaking red hat. What should I say today? I don't know. Just make sure it's cruel. Who do we listen to? That guy. Oh, the felon in the White House? Yeah, listen to him and that will be fine. Now he's talking about burning flags. He's going to have flag burning or whatever. Because he knows there's a hell of a lot of flags with his picture on it that are going to get burned.
The only flag Wallace loves is the rainbow one. And of course, Democrats tripled down on trans.
We'll sue them 44 more and 44 more after that. And we have sued them for gender-affirming care. Yes, we are not going to scapegoat our transgender community.
These interventions never work. Democrats always relapse. They're at the bottom of the barrel.
They have no idea what the American people want. They should understand that the majority of Americans do not approve of children having their sex change from a male to a female and a female to a male. They should understand that. But instead, they decide to sue the government so they can get money to force the government to do these operations. And then they say that we aren't supposed to focus on immigrant crime and carjackings and all that when they're the ones who want the immigrants in the country. These people are just stupid.
Look, the Democratic brand right now has about the appeal with the American voter as the Cracker Barrel rebrand has with the American consumers. Bad, bad, bad. What are you doing? Oh, my goodness gracious. What are we talking about here in terms of big party registration changes in the key swing states? Let's look at the key 4 swing states that, in fact, do keep track of registration by party. Look, the Republican Party is in their best position at this point in the cycle since at least 2005, in all 4 of these key battleground states. We go out to the Southwest, Arizona. How about Nevada? Republicans haven't done this well since 2005. Oh, my goodness gracious, at this point in the cycle. North Carolina, I couldn't find a point at which Republicans were doing better at this point in the cycle. It's at least this century. It probably goes way back in the last century. And Pennsylvania, very similar. Republicans doing better at this point than at any point this century, at least as far as I could find. Now, what types of gains are we talking about here for the Republican Party? Well, let's compare it to this point during the first Trump administration all the way back in 2017. Look at this. The Republican Party gains in party registration compared to this point back in 2017 during the Trump first administration. In Arizona, you got a Republican gain of 3 points. Okay, how about Nevada? Up the hill we go, even though we're sticking in the Southwest. A gain of 6 points. How about, again, we come to the East Coast, North Carolina, a gain of 8 points for the Republicans. And in the Keystone State, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, again, we're talking about a gain of 8 points. My goodness gracious, for Republicans, they are converting old former Democrats to their side of the ledger, as well as picking up new voters, registering new voters, and it absolutely paid off for them back in the 2024 election.
While there are still more Democrats registered nationwide than Republicans, though they point out that's simply because in states like California, you can register by party, whereas in a lot of red states, you can't. So that's even questionable. They say, nonetheless, for the first time since 2018, more new voters nationwide chose to be Republicans than Democrats last year. Of the 30 states that track voter registration by political party, Democrats lost ground to Republicans in every single one between 2020 and 2024, and often by a lot. That 4-year swing toward the Republicans adds up to 4.5 million voters, a deep political hole that could take years for Democrats to climb out from. It goes on to say all 4 presidential battleground states covered by the Times analysis, Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania, all of them showed significant Democratic erosion. In North Carolina, Republicans erased roughly 95% of the registration advantage that Democrats held in the fall of 2020. They quote Michael Pruser, who tracks voter registration closely as the director of data science for Decision Desk HQ, an election analysis site, quote, I don't want to say the death cycle of the Democratic Party, but there seems to be no end to this. There is no silver lining. There is no cavalry coming across the hill.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It will help my channel out a lot. I'm just starting out, and it would definitely help. Thank you. Have a good day.